This video is going to be focused on rackets and shoes. Now, you go into a tennis store, you've never played tennis, and you don't know what racket to get or what shoes to get. Now, the person working can give you a recommendation, but you want to know beforehand what you're really getting into. So I'm going to go over the different size rackets and then the grip size too. That's very important. So first, you have the 27-inch, which is an adult size racket. There are longer rackets, but you don't need to get it to start off. So again, the longer rackets, you get a little bit more power, but right now the adult 27-inch is perfectly fine. Okay, now the next size is the 26-inch. This 26-inch racket is great for juniors that want to move towards a bigger racket, but they don't quite have the strength to maneuver a full-size adult racket. So this is a great transition because the racket is made almost identically. It's a little bit lighter and the grip size is smaller. So this is the 26. Now when you get to the junior rackets, for example, the 25-inch or the 23-inch, if you notice, you go closer and you can see that this part right here is another piece. So it's not a one piece like either the 27 or the 26-inch racket. So this second piece right here doesn't make the racket quite solid, but it's okay. The juniors are not going to feel that much of a difference. So again, this is totally okay for the juniors. So again, now you have the 25-inch and 23, and it goes down to 21, 19. So it really depends on how tall your child is. So another way of knowing what size racket to get is by holding the racket next to you, and notice that the racket is not touching the ground. So if the racket is touching the ground, is dragging on the ground, then it means the racket is too long. So if you see, you give your racket to your child and then notice that the racket is dragging, then you need to get a smaller size. So if you're an adult, you don't have to worry about that, but if it's for your child, then again, it's making sure that the racket is not touching the ground, or else it's gonna be too long for your child. So that's it. And another more important thing is the grip. So you have the length of the racket, but now you have the grip size. Now the grip size is vital. I'm gonna show you that when I hold the grip right here, notice the thumb going over the middle finger. If you're holding the grip and it's, for example, like this, your thumb is barely reaching the middle finger, it means it's too big. So you don't want that because you're not gonna have a good experience. It's gonna feel too big, too heavy, and that's not good. So again, you want to have the thumb over the middle finger comfortably. And another good way of measuring is putting your pinky in between the edge of the fingers and the palm of near the thumb area. So if that has to fit snugly, if that doesn't fit snugly, it means that the grip size is too big. Or if it doesn't fit at all, it's too small. So there are different grip sizes. You can go with a grip size 4, which is usually for like the 26-inch. They do make some grip size 4 for the adults, but that's about the smallest you can get. The next one up is 4 1/8, and then it goes 4 1/4, 4 3/8, 4 1/2, and then 4 5/8. So there are a lot of different sizes. So you can go to the store and say, I want to try a racket, and then you ask them, what grip size should I get once you hold the grips. So that's it for the racket. Now we're gonna go onto the shoes. Now onto the shoes. Now notice I have running shoes on my left hand and tennis shoes on my right hand. The color is red for the tennis shoes, and the running shoes is more of a grayish color. So I'm gonna go over the shoes because sometimes players that don't know about tennis, they go on the court wearing running shoes, and you don't want to wear running shoes because running shoes are made specifically for you to run forward, and tennis shoes are made so that when you go side to side, you get that kind of support. If you notice on the running shoes that even the material is lighter material, and it's more made out of mesh. And notice also the heel is higher, because when you run forward, you want the the impact to be less. So that's why they make running shoes in this way. But if you bring these out to the court, you can get seriously injured because you can roll your ankle, and that's going to be very painful. You're going to be out. You're not going to be able to play tennis for months. So now the tennis shoes we have here, if you notice here, they even have a strap. Not in all cases will tennis shoes have a Velcro strap, but in this case, they have this because it gives you extra support in the ankle, in the heel, so that it's stable when you move side to side. And also notice the construction here is more leather. Over here is more of a rubber type, but you see a lot of times that it's also leather that they make for the front part of the shoes or even the back. That's because it makes it stiffer. It may be uncomfortable in the beginning, but once you break them in, it should be fine. But you want more support when you play tennis. So it's worth investing. You go out to the store, spend maybe $50, $60. It ranges from maybe $50, $60 to over $100. You don't need to get such expensive shoes in the beginning, but do invest in tennis shoes. And they're great. They're great. You don't get injured, and you can have tons of fun playing in them.